So we have reached to Unit 3, Module 3, which is about the advanced learning of direct and indirect speech. So here we will study advanced usage of direct and indirect speech and how to use them in an advanced way and what are the rules of the advanced ways. Okay, first of all, let me define the direct and indirect speech again, because if you are seeing this video directly, then I think you should first know about direct and indirect speech. So direct speech is using the exact words and punctuations. Okay, so using exact words what the speaker said and the exact punctuation, pauses which the speaker took and the speaker said is direct speech. Okay, we are saying directly the whole speech. And then indirect speech is making your own sentence and keeping the meaning intact. By the way, you have to keep the meaning intact, but you are saying the same thing in your own way. Okay, so just like summarizing the whole sentence. Okay, so again I'm giving you example. For example, if I say I will not take the class today, so a student will go to his friends and he will say that ma'am said I will not take the class today. Now this is direct speech when he is using I will not. Okay, same sentence which I said. Okay, now if he goes to his friends and he says ma'am said she won't take the class this day, it means he is saying it in his own words. The meaning is same, the meaning is intact, but he is creating his own summary of the sentence. Okay, so that is indirect speech. Now next is advantages and disadvantages of both. Okay, so advantages of direct speech first we will see. So emphasis on precise wording. In direct speech we emphasize on precise wording. Okay, the word should be very precise, the meaning shouldn't be changed, and the word should be exactly the same. Okay, next is authenticity and immediacy. It is very authentic. When we are speaking in direct language or even when we are writing in direct language, it is very authentic. You're not creating anything of your own. You're not putting anything of your own. It is just authentic. And immediacy. It is fast also. You don't have to build the sentence in your mind first, or you don't have to worry about how to tell the other person. You just say directly what someone said to you. Okay, last will be can be more impactful. Of course direct speech is more impactful than indirect speech because people believe it more and it is more precise also. That's why it is more impactful also. And it is means it doesn't have ambiguity. Okay, whereas indirect speech has ambiguity, it has confusion of its own. Okay, so coming on the advantages and disadvantages of indirect speech, first is flexibility in summarizing. Now if you are summarizing something in your own words, then of course you're flexible, you don't have to remember. Okay, you don't have to mug up that, you can summarize it in your own words, so that is easy. Then conciseness and clarity. Now you need conciseness and clarity in indirect speech, otherwise the meaning will be changed and it will be miscommunicated. Okay, then less formal and versatile. Indirect speech is a bit less formal and it is very versatile because the speaker is saying on their own, right? So it is very versatile. Next is shifting verb tenses in indirect speech. Okay, now how the tense shifts. So here it is written present tense shifts to past tense. So if the direct speech is in present tense, when you are converting it to indirect speech, it will change into past tense. Okay, next is past tense shifts to past perfect. Okay, so if the direct speech is already in the past tense, now you cannot change it into past tense. So what you will change it into past perfect. Okay, next is future tense. Future tense shifts to conditional tense. Okay, means it depends on the condition what we are talking about, and then we decide whether to change the future tense or not. Next is pronoun and demonstrative changes. Okay, so in direct speech, I am going, she said. and in indirect speech it is written she said that she was going. Okay, here we are changing the pronoun. Here it was written I, it becomes she. Okay, because she said I am going. Okay, then she said she was going means she's talking about herself. So of course when she was saying she said I, but if I tell to someone else, I will say she, right? Then one more sentence, this is great, he exclaimed. So it will be he exclaimed that it was great. Okay, this changes into it. So there are some words which changes their pronoun and demonstrative changes are there. You need to look it up and you need to study those. Okay, next is punctuation rules for direct and indirect speech. Now it is very easy. In previous PPTs also I told you that in direct speech the double quotes will be there, okay, quotation marks will be there and comma will be there, okay. But in indirect speech it will be a general sentence. It will not have any punctuation sign rather than other than the full stop at the last. Okay, it will just have a full stop at the last. It won't have any other punctuation sign. Okay, it will just have double inverted commas and one comma, normal comma. Now next is that you have to exercise and practice scenarios. Okay, so first is dialogue emotions. Now you can say as much as you can. You can try to convert in your mind only. Suppose you said some sentence and then you are trying to convert it in direct speech. So as much as you practice by saying and listening, your this part of the grammar will be prepared thoroughly. Okay, next is practicing only. Okay, next is scenario practicing. Okay, so means you have to think of a scenario and you have to think in this scenario I have to speak in direct speech or indirect speech. Okay, next is story writing. The best way to practice any language, any way of grammar, anything is to write a story. Okay, write in your own words a piece of article or a story or a paragraph. That's why essay writing is on all your syllabus, because it helps you to provide an insight of your own mind. Okay, what have I studied? Do I do it on paper or not? Okay, you have to put those rules on the paper also. Last is you need to master direct and indirect speech, and just remember the points I told you in the last PPTs also. We did 3 modules on just direct and indirect speech. So I think it's enough. Thank you.